Welcome back to Digimon, and now we're underwater.
Oh wait, let me rephrase that.
Oh, now, if only, like, the Digimon cartoons have at least pretty much established that underwater and not underwater in the digital world, really, there's no difference.
Right.
I mean, you've been broken down into data. You can go anywhere, basically.
Like, gravity is still a factor, apparently, so, like, you still technically swim when you're underwater, but now you can breathe normally, so, I mean...
You can breathe and you can talk. Like, it's no big deal.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Jotaro is standing here going, I don't need to be any pixels to breathe underwater. I can do that normally.
Kind of reminds me of a Final Fantasy IX. I remember, like, towards the very, very end of it, wasn't there like this thing where like they were underwater, but it only counted for underwater for them if they thought, like, if they like actually thought they were underwater.
Yeah, that was the final dungeon in Final Fantasy IX. I think that's like, yeah, you're basically, that was when they brought in the whole, the crystal aspect and everything that they, like, vaguely hinted at throughout the game, but it still kind of felt like an ass pull that it's like, oh, now all of a sudden there's an almighty crystal. Now there's a problem.
What's Final Fantasy? Isn't there always an almighty crystal?
Yeah, but usually, they take good care of, like, at least, like, explaining about it and everything. I mean, take, like, Final Fantasy VII, for example. I mean, it's like, they established Meteor and Holy all the way back in Disc 1, so that by the time you got to the end, it totally made sense. And technically, 9 did too. It was just more so flavor text. Like, if you were actually to look through some of the flavor text and stuff in 9, then technically, yeah, they did explain that, yeah, you get all these crystal pieces together and everything. It makes one big crystal, which basically powers everything and, is the almighty crystal and everything. So it's like, they technically explain it, but like I said, a lot of it was just more so flavor text. It wasn't like it was, like, so important to the narrative and everything. Like, we never got, like, a massive backstory or a massive info dump or anything about any of that. So when we got to that end dungeon, and especially with the final boss, that's why so many people say, oh, it's such an ass pull because it felt like it came out of nowhere. And it's like, I can't really blame people for thinking that. I mean, it's like, they technically did explain it, but yeah, at the same time, it's like they didn't explain it well enough.
There's the chief and everyone else that went missing. Who are they again?
Purple-haired guy number 1, purple-haired guy number 2.
I don't think they have purple hair. I think they're wearing berets.
Purple beret guy number 1, purple beret guy number 2.
So, Team Rocket knockoff.
God damn it.
So Gallantmon here has some kind of virus that allows him to actually, I guess, manipulate people. And he's about to do it to us. Oh no. We're about to get manipulated by the Chrono DSR.
Oh dear.
Well, that's the end of the game, folks. We're now a minion to the almighty evil. Oh well. So next time we meet for Brawl Fan 1's Let's Plays, we'll be continuing some more Paper Mario and oh wait.
Psych. I'm all better now.
Yeah, I have protagonist shield.
Actually, no. What happened is that he's low on power. It ran out of battery.
It's like, fuck! I didn't realize I was at 1% battery life.
God damn it! I forgot to leave the charger in again.
Again.
It's like, how the fuck do you not realize this?
Hold on, BRB, I got charge.
I guess he must be having a little cocky there, honestly. Like he got so power hungry that he didn't realize that his power was slowly losing battery life.
It's like, ah, damn, I should have lowered the brightness on my model. Fuck.
Anyway, so surprise boss fight. Our very own boss, Chaos Gallantmon. We gotta snap him out of it.
Oh. Oh, okay.
In terms of color scheme, which do you think is cooler, Gallantmon or Chaos Gallantmon?
Remind me, what does Chaos Gallantmon look like?
He's standing right in front of us.
Fuck! I knew I got the one mixed up. Fuck me. Okay, the other one, regular Gallantmon.
He looks just like this, but red. So red or blue?
Honestly, I gotta go red.
You think the red looks better?
I think the red looks better.
God, okay, I mean, I know red is my favorite color, but I don't know. This is actually a really tough choice, to be honest.
You probably have to.
I like red, but I'm also really liking how the blue goes with the silver shield as well.
Well, I think in this case, like, what's silver on Chaos Gallantmon is actually just pure white on Gallantmon. Like, actually, if you look at Megidramon's color scheme, that's the color scheme that Gallantmon has. Because Megidramon is the evil mega form for Guilmon, and as you may recall, if you know anything about Guilmon's lineage, or maybe if you watched our last Let's Play of Digimon World DS, where I used Gallantmon then, yeah, Gallantmon is just red and white.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, the red, white, and a little bit of yellow and everything, and that whole color scheme, for me, it pops more.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You know what, screw it. Let me go ahead and try to, like, look up an image of Gallantmon just so I can refresh my memory.
Well, you say it pops, but that's probably the point, though, too, because Gallantmon is supposed to be, like, you know, a shining justice, you know, like the ultimate good. Chaos Gallantmon, while not necessarily evil, is obviously supposed to be the dark version of that. So here, he's supposed to look a little more... He's supposed to have colors that make him look a little more sinister, I suppose. Which, I don't know. Blue doesn't really scream sinister to me.
Okay, so alright, so looking at some references for Gallantmon. Yeah, okay, yeah, you know what, comparing the blue and silver design with the red, white, and slightly gold design, yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards the Gallantmon design, the regular one.
Alright. Well, we fucked up Chaos Gallantmon.
Yeah, you like...
Knock some sense into his head.
Yeah, like you completely, like, wipe the floor with him.
Of course, it's 1 mega versus... What do I have? I have 3 megas, 2 ultimates, and an armor.
So yeah, get fucked.
It's like, overpowered.
OP, no shame.
Plus, you were infected with a virus, so, you know, get fucked.
Yes. Again.
How long do you intend to sleep?
10 more minutes.
Dude. That's kind of like, you know, so on my own time, I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics, like on the PlayStation 1 and everything. And it's like, oh my god, it's like I'm finally making progress in that game. Like, I can't tell you how many times throughout the years I have tried to play Final Fantasy Tactics and I've utterly failed at it. But now it's like, oh my god, I'm succeeding. And it's like, it's pretty much, yeah, I had to sit and grind like no other. And it's like, I just got to chapter 3. And from what I've read, there's 4 chapters, so I'm halfway done with the game. But it was like, by the time I got to chapter 2 and everything, I was so overpowered. Like, the last boss on, like, in chapter 2, the main character, Ramza, he killed it in, like, 2 punches.
Yeah, you see, that's...
Because I'm so fucking overpowered at that point. It's like, I'm already, like, my characters are level 50. I've already mastered a bunch of job classes. To the point where it's like, and I beefed up Ramza so much that it's like, okay, I'm gonna make you a monk. And it's like, the boss of the chapter, okay, punch, 400 hit points, punch, dead.
See,
that's where it's just like, no fucking challenge.
I get a little annoyed when there are games that, for some reason have like a really, really difficult begin game, but the moment you get after one certain point and suddenly gain the ability to grind, which because the beginning was so hard, you kind of gain the impression that you need to grind, suddenly just sweep you through the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm having a blast with Final Fantasy Tactics now that I'm finally, like, wrapped my head around it and everything, and I would like to bring Tactics onto the channel. I just have to beat the game first.
Yeah. So yeah, we saved everyone that was we saved all of Nightcrow that was captured, but then there's still the issue that Lightfang is we can pretty much assume at this point that Lightfang is now under the influence of this Chrono DSR. So Julia does not feel comfortable sending Ko back to the city, obviously. So who's ready for a slumber party?
Oh, I am.
Yeah, so from this point on, Ko's actually going to be staying with us in our Digimon. Apparently you have the option where you can say it's not possible, but I never do that because I always feel bad. I always feel bad with even. I don't know what happens if you reject him, honestly.
They would probably say "fuck you." He's staying anyway.
Maybe.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Like, yeah, you don't really have much of a choice in the matter, actually. Okay, Ko, you're staying with her.
The only thing that saying yes does is that he actually is physically there at your house now. Like you can he's actually standing. He stands in one remote spot. And you can talk to him, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just aesthetics. But even then, it's like I don't know. Like, so what if you reject him? Does he just go homeless for a little bit and then that's it? You choose to be an asshole.
Come on, Ko, let's have a pillow fight.
I just imagine Julia. Okay, you kids, keep your door open.
oh, God damn it. Okay, but why though?
Okay, yeah. Do you remember those times when you were a kid and you had maybe you had a friend over who happened to be the opposite sex, and even though you're 7, 8, 9 years old, your parents are still like, keep your door open.
Yeah, really.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
Are you kidding?
I remember there was this friend of mine this friend of mine who was a girl that I had back in elementary school. So yeah, we couldn't have been. Yeah, again, 6, 8, 9, or 10 around that age. And there was one, we both really liked video games. And, we were literally just friends because we were literally too young to think of each other as anything else. But, there was one, I'm naked and now I want to stay in the cold. What? You're wearing pants there, buddy. Unless the pants are your body. Huh. But anyway, sorry, that distracted me, sorry. But no, yeah, there was a day where we wanted to have a slumber party, and my mom freaked out, saying, "No, you can't have a slumber party with girls when you're a boy." I was like, "Why not?" And because we were literally too young to understand why.
Right.
Yeah. I know my parents weren't like that when we were younger or whatever, especially seeing as how I never really. It's like, of course, I never had any friends who just so happened to be girls, have a slumber party or anything. It was mostly just us little guys, Seriously, the only time that ever happened was when with my ex-girlfriend or whatever, and my dad and stepmom were just watching their own movie or whatever, and then my ex-girlfriend and I were doing our own thing, and they were just like, okay, be sure to keep your door open. Okay, shut.
Yeah.
I remember the first girl that I dated back in high school. It was a girl that I only dated for a month, but even then, it's I remember, because it was the first girl that I ever dated, my mom was just not comfortable with the idea of leaving us alone. So I remember she'd do fun she did things that I didn't really think of at the time until my cousins pointed it out. I remember one day while she was over, my mom had to go out somewhere. But she left Sophia with us, and apparently she told Sophia to stay with us. And Sophia, I think at the time, when was that? Sophia had to have been pretty young at that point as well. And I didn't really think much of it at the time, but then not long after that, we went to New York to visit our family, and I remember my cousin screaming, "Aunt Laura, why'd you do that?" saying that as if we were gonna do anything, but like whatever.
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
Oh jeez. I don't know. What do you guys think about the idea of, kids of the opposite sex having sleepovers when they're obviously too young to really think otherwise? What are your opinions on that?
I mean, considering that they're too young to like fully understand like what would happen if you leave like a boy and a girl alone or whatever, it's like I don't see how it's that big of an issue. However, if for whatever reason they start to like kiss, like I don't know, like on the cheek or forehead, then I may or may not be a little bit concerned.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like they haven't even hit puberty yet. Their body literally is not going to make them feel anything. So it's like
Right.
I know, but you know how weird people get about that shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
It's just people they just get so weirded out and everything. I mean, it's like I can in a way I can understand, but at the same time it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like you said, like, if the kid is too young to really understand and everything, it's like they're not, it's like, I get, on one hand, I get where the parents are coming from, but on the other hand, that's where it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you're kind of making a big deal out of nothing simply because the kid clearly does not understand and doesn't get it. So it's like, no harm's gonna come out of it.
Ah, well. So, interesting tangents aside, that was a part of Digimon. So join us next time as we actually continue doing a couple of more side quests, and then we will see you later.
Alrighty.